He's Jeff King. I'm Andy Erickson. This is not another shooting show. We go to Newport News, Virginia, where police are investigating after a man accidentally shot himself at a 7-Eleven on Oyster Point Road Tuesday morning. Officers responded around 6:43 a.m. to the 7-Eleven at 408 blah, 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 to the report of a shooting. Police said a man suffered what appears to be an accidental self-inflicted gunshot wound in the parking lot of the business. The man was taken to a local hospital and treated for non-life-threatening injuries. No other injuries were reported. Detectives remained on scene investigating, I'm guessing not a week and a day later, but they were there for a while, and police said there was no threat to the public. As long as you're not a passenger in that guy's car while he's taking pictures for Reddit, nope, you're totally fine.
No danger except for this exact point.
Yes, this one exact activity that can lead to you blowing your dick off or putting a hole in your leg or whatever. Yes, terrible. Okay, this was one of the most fun, except for the hour leading up to your fight. That was agony. That was absolute madness agony. I'm sure they didn't, but the organizers of your fight, I really hope they learned from how not to do that.
Nope, they don't.
No. Because the two guys just walk around in the ring like, yeah, we're the big king shit. We this is what we do. This is how you do it. And it's like, you clearly don't know how to run an event. But the fight was awesome. In case you haven't heard, Jeff had a what was the title of, like the Nebraska state title? Super heavyweight Muay Thai?
Yes, I'm the Dynasty Combat Super Heavyweight Muay Thai champion. Woot.
Okay. So Jeff won about 30, 40 seconds into the second round.
Something like that.
It didn't take long. It was really fun to watch. Like you said last week, like you don't get to show who you are. It was so fun to see, or you don't get to show what you're capable of. And it was so fun to watch what you're fucking capable of. It really was. Like I remember looking down going, that is a bad man, and I'm glad I'm not the fat guy getting beat up right now, because that looks awful. But at the same time, I'm like, yeah, fucking kill him.
Right? No, it's good fun. Like, my opponent is a super nice guy, and, like, he a big boy.
Okay, he's a big boy, but, like, watching it, if you saw the pictures or video, he didn't look that big because he was fighting Jeff. Dude was 6'4", 311. And appropriate for a guy from Omaha.
Right.
And then there's, 6'9" and svelte 289 Jeff next to him. But so just, okay, just tell the story. It started off, you threw a leg out from like 5 yards away, and I'm like, this is not going to go well for this guy because Jeff can hit him from farther away than he can reach him. Just sort of explain like how it went down.
Yeah, so after this dude talked for like 15 minutes before we got in the ring. Fucking asshole.
Talk about the fight. We'll rip on those assholes afterwards.
Yeah. So I tried to have a game plan and I didn't stick to it at all. My coaches were like, hey, we got 5 rounds. We know you're in better shape than him. So like, don't press it. So what did I do? Go fucking balls to the wall. Like, I did start with my initial plan of throwing my left kick, and then after that, I proceeded to not throw any kicks at his leg the entire time, which honestly pissed me off. Looking back on it, he caught me a few times, and
like twice back to back. When I rewatched it, he caught you with a low kick like twice back to back, and you can tell both times you're like, "Ow, fuck."
No, so okay, so it was actually shots to the face that caught me.
Oh.
So he caught me like 2 or 3 times with like overhand rights that made me go, oh, fuck me. Like I cannot play that game for very long. And so that actually got me too focused on his upper body, and he wasn't known for kicking. And so I was just like, hey, he's going to box. I'm going to play this game. And then when he threw the leg kick, okay, I'm not trying to say I'm some badass or something, but they didn't actually hurt as much as I thought they were going to. And anyone who's watched the video, when you see my knee buckle, it's because he kicked the back of it. And
it
so
looked
just
terrible. Like, I couldn't believe you were still standing. It looked like he went all Johnny into the knee.
Yeah, it looked really bad, but it's because I was turned at the time, and so he caught like the very back of my knee, and so it just made it bend. And I don't exactly know when my face shifted, but multiple people who've watched it are like, "Oh yeah, there's the exact moment that you stopped having fun." And I remember throwing. Like, I jumped into a knee and then also threw a hook at the same time and caught him in the face while he was on the ropes. I was very proud of that one. And then I got back to my corner after the first round, and they were like, fucking calm down. Like, and I was like, that's fair. That's totally fair. And I wasn't looking at him. But one of my coaches was like, he's done. Just go out there. Right. They were like, you don't need to do anything dumb. Just like, just stick to it. And I was like, okay, got it. And I threw it ended up being like an 8-strike combination.
Like right at the end?
Yeah.
Like because there was a big combo there where I was just like, oh my God, he's landing like everything right now. Yeah.
So kept throwing my kick a lot, and then I would follow it up with punches, and they just kept landing. And I think once we got into the corner, my coach had literally taught me this position like in the locker room. He's like, hey, I want you to do this because this is a better control position. I was like, okay. And so I did that. And then
what was it though? Like, this is radio, not television.
Right. So I basically had my left arm under his arm and then my right arm over the top. So I was like pushing his head away from me. And so I brought my knee up around and caught him in the face. And that was the end of the fight. Right. I'm not trying to like badmouth him at all, but I don't think the knee landed as well as people think it did. At least it didn't feel like it to me. Like, I don't know, because it could be the classic, when you hit a line drive and you don't feel it.
Yeah, I've hit home runs before. I know what it feels like, and it feels like the bat went through the ball.
Right. I didn't feel the knee do a lot, but I saw him. You don't necessarily need to defeat someone's body. You need to defeat their mind and their will. And I think because I had, like, when we'd gotten into the corner a couple times, I had kind of manhandled him. And as a 300-pound big boy, I don't think he had ever been manhandled before. And whenever we were in the corner, I was just elbowing him. Like, at one point I elbowed him, and I may have not elbowed him in a legal spot, and he kind of got mad about it. But yeah, I think it was the 8-strike combination leading up to the knee that made him go, fuck this shit. And then when he got knee in the face and was down and they started counting, he's like, fuck it. No.
I remember him I didn't see it in the video, but I could have swore I saw it from the stands. Like, he, like, right before the ref called it, he kind of shook his head like, I don't want to play anymore. And yeah, it was because, like, he goes, like, I don't know if it was 8, but it was, I don't know how many it was, but I remember just like it was a left and a right and a left and one left. Even from the stands, I could see, like, you landed one like right in his fucking ear and just rattled his head. And then you got kind of tied up with him, or I thought you were tied up with him, but then I saw what you just described when I watched the video. And you pulled his head right into your fucking knee, and down he goes. And it wasn't like a knockout. You may have scrambled his eggs pretty good right there, but It was clear, like, I'm not doing this anymore. Yeah. Was sort of his reaction to that combo. And yeah, it was fucking fun to watch, man. It was so fun. For how bad the sit and wait was leading up to it, It was worth the wait. I'll say that. It was absolutely worth the wait.
Yeah.
I also know, I already knew this, but now I really know I don't ever want to play punchy, kicky games with Jeff ever.
But it's so fun.
Ever. Sure, it's fun for you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I picked this sport.
Yeah, I'll play that game with my 12-year-old. Sure.
Right. We're all just trying to beat the smaller and smaller person.
But this was a question somebody sent me, like, how's Jeff doing after the fight? Meaning, like, how's the body feel?
Yeah, so
You're 2 days removed as we're recording this now.
yep, and so my big toe is black and blue. I threw a lot of front kicks at him to keep him away, and I think I jammed my toe at some point doing that. My left elbow hurts from elbowing him in the head, and my left knee is it doesn't like going downstairs. So I don't know if that's like really bad. Like I might email my doctor and be like, hey, do I need to check on anything? But for fighting a 300-pound gentleman who does not mind throwing fisticuffs, I am doing pretty good. No major headache. Like I checked with my coach as a doctor, and I was like, hey, am I on concussion protocol? Like, do I need to take X amount of time off, blah, blah, blah. She goes, no, you didn't really take like a ton of damage. You should be fine. I was like, oh, okay.
Did you get any shots that rang your bell at all?
I don't know that necessarily rang my bell, but they like I felt like 3 or 4 of them that I was like, oh, fuck. Like, I do not want to do that again.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have a busted lip, and my left knee hurts a little bit, and my big toe is black and blue. And
Was your lip busted on the inside?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Because like your lip looked fine like after the fight when we were hanging out.
Yeah. Oh, and then my right shin has a soft spot on it, but that's it. That's the whole. The biggest thing I've dealt with is I didn't go to bed till we'll call it 4 a.m.
Yeah, that was the latest I was out in a long time, my friend.
For some reason woke up at 8 a.m. I don't know why. And
Oof.
so I was riding the struggle bus all yesterday, and then you probably know this better than most people, is like that post-event crash.
Yeah.
Like when you're planning for a big event, it's become part of your life. You've been thinking about it, doing it, blah, blah, and then it's done.
Uh-huh.
And it's over. And you're like, well, fuck. And so like that was all yesterday, and responding to people. Like I had a lot of people reach out to me, and I appreciate all you that reached out. I think I got back to at least the majority of people that reached out to me, but texting them back and laying on my couch, and I've left my apartment twice this weekend, and both times were to get food so that I could say that I didn't stay in my apartment for the entire day.
One of them was right before the show.
Yep. I was like, oh shit, it's 6:30. Fuck, I should.
I remember those feelings though, like after a football game, like it's not the same kind of fight, but you wake up the next day feeling like you're in a fight. Of course, when I was playing football, I was no older than 22 years old, so body recovers a little quicker than it does at 32, and especially 49. Like, fuck no. But I mean, and even just for me, it's more so like running Great Plains, running Area 3. But even when I was still doing radio, like an event that we would do that I would have that feeling, we would do a thing called the Cure Kids Cancer Radiothon.
Yep.
You talk about first off, there's the physical work leading up to it, like recording and producing all these montages of, some of them are incredibly fucking sad. And whenever I would produce the ones where it was a memorial where the kid passed away, like I would just go home and work on those because I'm going to cry while I'm producing these. And then, so there's that. And there's months of work leading up to it. It's not like a nonstop grind, but it's this thing in the background that you're kind of like it. If you run a major match and you have a job that has nothing to do with shooting, it's kind of like that, like leading up to it. And then we would spend 3 days for 12 hours each day down at the Children's Hospital here in town. And we're on the air from 6 to 6 and talking to people. And when it's over, it's like, yeah, it's that big giant exhale.
Yep.
And it's like, now I'm going to do nothing for 2 days. And I can't wait. Actually, I lied. It used to be 3 days, 12 hours a day. The last couple of years, it was only 2 days. So it wasn't as bad. But yeah, no, for sure. So it was a hell of a good time. If people want to watch it, they can, but it will cost them money.
I may also have a bootleg.
Well,
copy.
there is that was the bootleg. It was a private link on YouTube. Is that the bootleg you're talking about, or is it a different bootleg?
So it'll be a different bootleg. It'll be that bootleg without the commentary.
Oh, without the knuckleheads commentating? Okay, I would like to see that because I haven't seen that.
Yeah, so
I only saw the knucklehead version, which was awesome, by the way.
Right. So several of you who asked to see the fight, my friends Jay and Nolan and Ross watched it on the live stream, and they were watching on Discord, and I think Jay was screen recording it, and it only picked up or at least they made it so that they only picked up the audio from them talking about it.
You can't hear any of the fight audio. You can see it, but you can't hear any of it.
Yeah, so I'll have to check because they may have just made it completely silent. I'm not 100% sure on that. But yeah, so several people have listened. They changed my walkout song to Celine Dion. And yeah, it was just them talking shit, and then when I was winning, then they were like, "Hell yeah!" And I'm like, "This is why we're friends."
Well, and when you were
always make fun.
When you were actually fighting, though, they pretty much quit shit talking, and then they were just like, "Ooh, that was a good one,"
Yeah.
Or they would say, "I would prefer to see this from the other camera where I can see what's happening."
Yes, they were crapping on the two camera guys on either side of the ring.
And it actually wasn't so much the camera guy's fault as it was whoever the director was switching cameras was the idiot who was like, yeah, briefly it looks cool to see you pound this guy up close, but you can't see the knee to the head from that angle. And
Right.
even when they showed the replay, like the first 2 times, it was the wrong one, and then finally they got the right one. I mean, I don't know. That was kind of frustrating, but no, it was super fun. I was so glad I went. Had a really good time, and then went to the one time I finally go out to bars with Jeff after a fight, and it's like the most boring trip to bars I've ever had.
Everywhere was dead. I was
Everything
so
was dead.
shocked.
It was. I mean, the company we were with was fun. Like I had fun with the people we were with, but there was nobody at these places.
No, like I thought the country bar on a Friday night would
So dead. Like I had to pull all my shit and put it in a little container like I was at TSA, and then walk through and then pay a $10 cover to be there for one drink.
Right, because there was just, I mean, like we were the largest group in the bar, and there was like 20 other people, 30 other people in a giant bar. Then we went to what was supposed to be the after party for the fights, and no one from the fights, or there was
One
like 3
guy
people
from the fight was there because he bought us around.
he bought us shots. But yeah, and then we went to IHOP at like 3:00 in the morning.
I'm not gonna lie, the IHOP was my favorite stop. That was my favorite part of the whole night. Me and RJ were both like, I'm so hungry. I was so bummed when we got to Let It Fly and there was they'd quit making food, probably because it was like 1:00, so not a lot of food demand at 1 a.m. But I was so bummed. So then while I was sitting there shooting the shit with RJ, I don't remember which one of us said, "Man, I'm kind of hungry. I wish they had food." And I just remember RJ going, "I am too."
Yeah, you guys are probably hungry for different reasons, but yeah.
And then I said, "Jeff, we need food." He's like, "There's an IHOP. We'll go there." I'm like, "Yes." Because breakfast sounds amazing right now. And I'd never had their Colorado burrito, and it was fantastic.
Yeah, the the 3 a.m. IHOP run was quite legendary.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, it was a good weekend overall. I'm glad I did it. I'm not 100% sure I ever need to do it again.
That's what I was going to ask you next. Are you going to defend your belt? Or are you just going to retire with it?
Because there's two ideas to that. One is maybe, but the other idea is I might. So I got down to like 286, 287, like doing this. I might just lose enough weight that I would just fight. If I ever did fight again, I'd fight at heavyweight. And so I would just vacate the belt because I'm not in the weight class anymore. Because if I'm walking around at like 280 or 275 and I just need to get down to 268, I would rather do that than fight guys that could be 360 pounds.
You have that to lose.
Right. So
I'm not calling Jeff fat. I was after seeing him in such baggy clothes at the dark match, I was surprised when he came out and like, there's a little bit of pudge around. Like,
yeah, I'm a chunky boy.
Like there's a little bit of chunk, little bit. You definitely could lose another 15 pounds of chunk, and yeah. And so that would put me, even if I'm wearing 290 right now, that would put me down at 275, and I'd be 8 pounds from the legal cutoff for the actual heavyweight division. And it's like, I'd much rather fight guys that are near 265 than fight guys that are 360. So I don't know that I have, like, you start to learn when you are in fighting sports later in your life, you start to learn why they draft 17-year-olds. Yeah.
Like my students are so gung ho. I mean, they don't always put in the work to back it up, but they're like, coach, when can I fight? Like I'm ready. I'm like, you're not, but okay. And they are super excited. A, as someone with experience, and B, as someone who is 34, my body's like, whoa. Like my heart said, hey, I need to do all this. My body went, the fuck you do.
Oh shit.
My younger coaches would be like, dude, you gotta be doing this. You gotta be doing this. And I'm like, boys, I'm hoping that my back doesn't pull like midweek. Like that's what I'm worried about.
Yeah. Well, a little bit more on the fight. I have a list coming up later in the show. The top 10 things I would rather do than fight Jeff. That's coming up later on. But patreon.com/notanothershootingshow, only $3.57 a month, and you will get all of the second episode that will come out on Friday. The dark match is over. That was fun. r/NESS on Reddit. A lot of activity there around Jeff's fight, and some pictures and some other talking and whatnot. MW Activewear, the finest jerseys you can get for your match. We're 2 days away from the Adam Grimm class at my club, grimtech.com, and go to classes. Select South Dakota. There you go. Northwoods is coming up in a few weeks, May 2nd and 3rd, up at Forest Lake, Minnesota. PCSL Belt Championship, May 17th at Mission 160 in Texas. Great Plains section, June 6-7 at my club. Waitlist is cycling. So if you register, I'm about to just delete a few registrations that are getting on the old side. If you register for a match and the match director approves you, go fucking pay for the match. If you're not going to go, then just withdraw. It's really aggravating. Anyway, Cornhusker Classic, June 27th, 28th. That is sold out, but there is a wait list. Rushmore State Championship out in Rapid City at the Kick-Ass Range out there, July 11th and 12th. Minnesota section, August 29th and 30th at Forest Lake. And the Cops match, which I was trying to look up the details of, Ben, but I can't because Practice Score is still trying to verify if I'm a human. And that has been more than 25 minutes ago when I tried looking up the dates for the Cops match in Iowa charity match. So Practice Score is, I think, being held hostage by whatever the thing is trying to verify if I'm human, but it's failing. Anyway, Jeff wrote in a thing here that says Phil Strader said something dumb. Okay. I remember there was a thing last week or the week before, but we were on other things. This, by the way, is episode 226.
Yes.
You know.
So perfect timing.
I guess this is good timing. Okay.
Yeah, I've been trying to find because I screenshotted
You don't remember
it.
why?
No, I remember why because
I don't remember why.
It's his response to the range in Utah banning P320s.
Oh yeah. Because SUPS caved, and they're going to allow. They banned the P320 from that range, but they caved for factory gun nationals.
Yes, and
now I remember what this is about. Okay.
Right, and I'm trying to because I remember I sent it, but it's all my fight shit. God damn it! I love you guys for all the talk, but it makes it harder, and I don't know why I can't fucking find the pictures.
I will. I'll shrink it down to the really dumb thing that Phil said. He was comparing banning one particular gun to anti-gun activists.
Yes,
And the comedy of that is so funny that I most people aren't even. I find it fucking hilarious to be working and promoting a gun and gun company, and then to say that a range is anti-gun because a particular gun continues to grow its reputation for going off at times where it's not wanted to go off.
well, and to completely downplay all of the legitimate video evidence, no one fucking with their gun going off, that he goes, when ranges ban firearms that users AD while drawing, it sets a dangerous precedent. Get fucked.
Yeah.
The amount
It was a really
of
dumb thing to say.
right. I get you got to carry the line, and Sig, for $10,000 an episode, I will gladly toe the line for you. My loyalty is for sale at like as much as his is, because to just blatantly say that with dozens, if not hundreds of examples of like cops getting out of their car and the gun going off. Like, how fucking dare you try to diminish a legitimate safety concern that we have been at matches where it's happened.
Yeah. With the primary witness being the RO, who, like, the shooter at Area 3 didn't really see it happen. She felt it happen because her hand was on the gun. Hand was on the gun, but finger clearly off the trigger when it went into the holster, and when it hit the bottom of the holster, pow, went off. And bullet, luckily, harmlessly, went into the range surface. The RO and the shooter's stories, when I talked to both of them independently, away from each other, both said the exact same story to me. So, when the gun hit the bottom of the holster, pow, it went off. And so
it's like I believe that any competent RO should DQ anyone whose holster points towards their leg. Like, fine, shoot a P320, but it has to point away from your body.
What? I was actually just talking about this because I was telling the story of what happened. I taught a class today, and I described what happened because somebody asked, isn't there like one gun that has a reputation or something? And I said, yes, there is.
Yep.
And when I talked to this gal that this happened to at Area 3, she specifically said, like, I kind of lean my hip off to the side every time just as a precaution when she inserts the gun. Like, she'll, instead of just standing straight up and down and putting the gun in the holster, she'll kind of lean her hip off to the side so that when she puts the gun in the holster, her feet and leg are away from the line of the gun in the holster.
Right. Pointed straight at the RO.
No, it wasn't pointed at the RO.
Well, I'm making the joke that the RO is standing next to you and you lean your hip out as you're holstering it. That you're pointing it down.
I know the RO that was there, and he's smart enough to not be that close. Like if you're like breathing down the neck of the shooter, you're doing it wrong. Like yeah, you have to be able to see what's happening. You don't have to like smell what's happening. Jesus. But anyway, so yeah, that was yeah. Yeah, I'm sure Sups is really anti-gun. That's what it is. They're anti-gun. Okay. Whatever. Moving on. That's
NRA.
what it is.
Yeah. So the NRA something
NRA
show.
National Meeting
Yes,
was
happened.
this past weekend.
And so the article that I'm looking at is actually from SHOT Show, but I only saw this product from the NRA meeting. It's a suppressor for a Derringer, and it's a double barrel suppressor. I'm more confused than I was.
Yeah, it looks really, really weird, but I like that someone is saying, you know what this goofy little Derringer needs? It needs a suppressor that can handle both barrels at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, fuck it. I mean, it's a great little execution gun.
They make that, I think they make that gun in like up to 4570.
Yes, they do.
Oh, that's got to be awful.
Oh, God, the worst. But they sell enough of them to keep making them. I mean, technically, they just need... I don't know if the grip is the same on all of them, and then it's just the barrels are different or what, but they're not the most complicated thing on the planet.
No. They're a barrel and a hammer and a trigger.
Yeah, but yeah, 4570 out of that feels like a way to just kill yourself. Like I think I'd rather fight a bear than to shoot one of these. But
a related article on the Firearm Blog website that was just below it. Bond Arms also made a lever action in 50 AE.
Oh hell yeah! That one almost
and
seems
a
reasonable.
Cyclops Derringer in 50 AE. Well, that's
What?
probably not as bad as 4570, honestly.
No.
That's a lot of powder going off all at once. Jesus Christ!
Right? It was just so you can have a backup gun for your Desert Eagle.
Yeah. That's and stay with one caliber. You know,
Right.
We want to keep the logistics of this simple.
Right, because we're going to be shooting so much 50 AE that we don't want to switch guns.
Yeah. On the NRA annual meeting theme, Steven was there.
Oh, yes.
Steven is a gun bunny.
The newest gun bunny.
He's the ugliest gun bunny.
Zoom. That's false. There are some shit gun bunnies out there.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, you're probably right. My bad.
Taryn is not the most attractive man on the planet. But the pimping out not the Zumwalt, the Zowalt.
Zumwalt. The Zermatt?
Zermatt.
Is that how you say it? The Waltz 9.
Waltz 9. That's what it was. And I find it shocking because him as a salesperson, because he doesn't like talking to lots of random people. And so how they convinced him to be like, hey, come fly out and talk to a bunch of random people made me chuckle immensely.
Yeah.
He is a good salesman for it, like at the range, because it's as much as I'm never going to buy one because fuck that price.
Yeah, we never talked about shooting it, did we?
I don't remember.
I don't think we did. I don't think.
Okay, yeah. So
I think we did. We did the video, so in our minds it
happened.
I never posted the video, so it happened. No, both Jeff and I at the dark match before it got dark, took the Waltz 9 over to Bay 9 and each shot a mag
shot
through
some
it.
9.
And shot some 9 out of the 9 in 9.
Yes, and it was spicy 9 too.
It was my Spicy 9. It was my CFE pistol loads. They're a little peppy.
Yeah.
Like, even out of that fucking 4-pound pistol, Jeff's like, yeah, that was a little snappy.
Yeah, and you got kind of the black powder feel of it because it's like the at least that night the air was kind of holding the smoke in front of me. But the trigger is quite nice. I'm not a trigger snob anymore.
No.
I don't, and this is a big thing for me, is I don't notice the trigger mid-stage. So
No, neither do I.
And so I don't necessarily know that that's the biggest deal for me. I know that we are the smallest segment of the sales population, and we're the one they don't want to buy it because we're going to do this weird thing where we shoot it a lot and we break shit.
Well,
and we talk about breaking
I think
shit.
this gun is made for competition, though. Honestly,
it is, but
I mean, it would have to be with that fucking 1.5 pound trigger it has.
Well, you got to remember that
it moves so little and it's so light that
I think it was made with us in mind. But even the Shadow 2, I think one of the CZ reps once said that the actual number of Shadow 2s that go to the competitive market is like 10% of them.
Yeah, but like a Shadow 2 single action trigger is still like 3.5 pounds, out of the factory. This thing is not 3.5 pounds. This thing is like a pound, maybe an ounce or two more. And the thing that was remarkable was, most triggers are hinged at the top and sort of, the bottom goes back and the top doesn't move as far, because it's hinged. It's on a swing. A 1911 trigger is more of like a slide. It's like this one flat piece that goes back and forth. The whole thing moves. And this trigger is sort of a hybrid of the two, but upside down. It was very interesting. A lot of times, if you want a little more leverage on the trigger, you move your finger down, and then the trigger press is easier because you have more leverage on it. But this one, if you move your finger up, it requires way less force to press the trigger, and it's still not a lot of force no matter what. But it was a very different trigger. It was very interesting. It was like while I was shooting it, it's very easy to shoot. It really is. Like it makes it fucking easy to shoot. It's heavy. It's nose heavy, but it wasn't like obnoxiously nose heavy.
It has like Shadow 2-ish ergonomics to the grip.
Yeah.
And it shoots Glock Max, which reasons.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I did not hate the gun. I want to hate the gun because I want to hate all expensive things because, fuck the bourgeoisie.
Yeah.
But
it was really nice to shoot.
it was nice to shoot. If it was $2,500, then I'm considering it.
I'd think about it at 25.
Yeah, at $5,800 or $5,600 or whatever it's listed on their MSRP of their website, not even in contention.
It's a no for me, dog.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you can go to Europe for a week, or you can buy one pistol. And I'm like, ugh.
Yeah. It was nice to shoot though. Like it is a fine shooting pistol.
Yeah.
And in my 22 round test out of a gun that's been shot a lot, because Steven's shot the shit out of that thing. And his only malfunctions were like in the cold, and there was other things at play there that it wasn't a malfunction. He had to rip the magazine out for some reason. The gun didn't actually malfunction. The mag just wouldn't fall out in the cold. I don't remember what he said, but anyway, yeah, no, it's a nice pistol. I liked it. I don't want to buy one only because of the cost, but I liked it. All right. Well, I mentioned it earlier. Let's get it on. The top 10 reasons, or the top 10 things I would rather do than fight Jeff. After watching Jeff beat up a 6'4", 311-pound man the other night, I already knew I didn't want to fight him, but now I really know I don't want to fight him. The number 10 thing I would rather do than fight Jeff: deal with a drone attack. Hey, man, I got a lifetime of pheasant hunting shotgun skills. Give me some turkey loads. I'm good.
That's fair.
Jeff was laughing so hard he had to mute himself because I'm guessing a coughing fit.
Maybe happened. A little bit.
Number 9. Clean the porta potty from 2021 Low Cap Nationals.
Oh, God.
I would rather do that than fight Jeff.
Fair, but oh, God.
I'm glad you're at least like, well, that's fair. Like, I mean, be honest. How bad would you just beat the fuck out of me? It would be terrible.
I would be nice to you.
But,
while I'm beating you up.
Of course you would be, but like if you were actually trying... okay, you're... All right. Number 8. I would rather sit between two 300-pound women on a direct flight from New York to Tokyo.
Oh, God.
Hey, I sat between two 300-pound women from Sioux Falls to Phoenix one time. That sucked.
Yeah.
Oof. And every now and then I'd look over at my wife and kids laughing at me. That was great. Number 7. Shoot an entire season in Revolver.
That one could actually be kind of fun. Would you get assless chaps?
I don't know if I told you. My buddy Dustin from up here, we shared a hotel room because he was shooting the Revolver I-Corps match at your club.
Oh, okay.
The day after your match. So he's like, hey, did you get a 2-queen room? I said, yes, I did. And he's like, want to share it with me? Because I'm shooting the I-Corps match the next day, and then I'll get a ticket for Jeff's fight. I'm like, fucking A.
Nice.
So he went to your fight, so $5 of the bucks you got for the fight were from him.
Fun.
And then he went full autism on his case. Like, he got a Milwaukee pack out and just turned it into Revolver Central. Oh my God. It was amazing.
Nice.
The number 6 thing I would rather do than fight Jeff. My wife and I adopt 6 babies at 49 years old.
Ooh, yeah, no, hard pass.
We're about to have our first go off and leave the house. Adopting 6 more? Hell no. Number 5. Help a friend move every weekend for a year. Helping my mom move right now is not fun.
Yeah,
it's not fun.
Nope.
The number 4 thing I would rather do than fight Jeff. Get a 6-hour sunburn on my taint. I was like, where would the worst place be to have an awful sunburn? I got one time in Colorado, like whitewater rafting. I was wearing a life jacket, so that was covering me up pretty good. And somebody rubbed, suntan, or not sunscreen on like back of my neck and, places I couldn't get, but everything was fine. But when you're sitting on the raft and then the life jacket comes up on your back.
Yeah.
None of that low, like where the tramp stamp would go.
Yeah, you had a tramp stamp. Oh, God. And every time you had to sit.
Oh, it was awful. It was awful. The number 3 thing I'd rather do than fight Jeff. Get bear sprayed in the face once every 5 minutes for an hour while locked in a stockade.
Oh, that sounds awful.
Number 2. Lick the floor of a Waffle House bathroom.
Oh, you could have just stopped at Waffle House, but bathroom? Ew.
Yes. And the number 1 thing I would rather do than fight Jeff. Serve another term on the USPSA board.
But you made so many friends.
I did make a lot of friends. I did. And I liked working with most of the guys on that board. But
that now left.
I don't ever want to do it again. No. Definitely not. So there you go. The 10 things I would rather do than fight Jeff. Okay. Let's see. I that's a different document because whenever I do a list, like I hide it from Jeff. I don't let him have access to it because then he doesn't react, and it sucks because he can't fake radio react.
No, I'm too autistic for it.
Yeah, I can fake the laugh and it sounds believable, but Jeff can't. It took years of training to develop that.
The next item was from the NRA convention, the butt pump.
Oh yeah, the butt pump. I saw this like right before we got on, and immediately when I watched it, I was like, "This is ridiculous." I don't even remember where it came from. Did someone send it to me, or was it just in my feed? I don't know.
I may have sent you one of like John, because I think John Correa put out one. Your doppelganger had a video of it.
No, it looks like a conventional pump action shotgun, or it actually looks like a semi-auto.
Yeah,
But the pump, instead of being on the fore end, the entire buttstock like pulls out and pulls in. Like it pulls the bolt out and runs the feed mechanism.
Yep.
So it's virtually the same movement. And at first I'm like, that's really weird. And the more I watch it, it doesn't. And it also is spring loaded. Like if you pull it back and let go, it closes.
Yeah, it wants to try to close.
Which makes sense. You'd have to have some resistance because it would be so easy with that hand to accidentally pull back. But I don't know. The world's first butt pump shotgun. I didn't think it was terrible. I don't know. It's silly, but I don't hate it.
I think that it's a terrible idea.
Made by SDS Arms and Tokarev USA.
Oh yeah, that
it makes sense that it has a Russian influence. Hey man, if you're shooting drones with this thing, maybe that's where this came from. Like, hey, it's better for shooting the drones.
I think it's hey, let's try to reinvent the wheel because fuck it. Because
there was so much wrong with the regular pump action shotgun.
Right. Like you're trying to fix a problem that no one was having. And so first problem with it is you're not getting as much mechanical advantage with the action. So pushing out is not your most dominant way of for your muscles. Pulling in is. So that's the first part that I don't think it's going to work very well. Sorry, nerding out on this one. The next one is you're literally moving the entire barrel in action. And so you like one of the advantages of the pump is okay, I kept it in my shoulder on target, like doing the thing. This one, you're like moving the whole thing out away from you and back. And so you're going to lose your sight picture. No doubt. I was trying to think of a historical example because I want to say that I maybe have seen something close to it, but it's also like the weakest part of the gun. So I don't think anyone's ever tried it because the metallurgy and like the system wasn't strong enough to withstand the force of it. And I also can't wait for the first round that like isn't perfect. Trying to unfuck it with that system will be interesting, where you have to, the butt is just like trying to fight you as you're trying to hold it open to get the stupid round out. So I don't know. To me, it looks like a novelty, but it's like $250. So it's like almost worth getting for the stupidity of it.
It reminded me of a video that I did not save. I wish I had. There was this video of, it was Ukrainian soldiers, a drone's coming in, and you can see the drone coming in. He's shooting at it like with a shotgun over, and you can just see like he's aiming directly at it. He's not leading it at all. And finally, on the first time I watched the video, I was like, "Oh, is he shooting at geese? What's happening?" Because it was like, the videos from far enough away, you can't really tell that they're soldiers. It just kind of looked like, are these turkey hunters? No, they're shooting in the air. Is it goose hunting? What is it? And then all of a sudden, when the last round goes off, there's this detonation in the air, like 20 yards away from him. Like, oh, that was a drone. Oh, fuck. Like, I didn't read the description. I just started watching the video. And I was like, holy shit. That's, wow. I wish I had saved that video. It was so good. But yeah.
Yeah, all the Ukrainian, like the drone videos, they terrify the fuck out of me. I watched I think I might have sent it to you. I don't know. I said to some other people. It was actually a commercial being shot with like a 4K drone, and this dude was like flying it between the the railings of a banister, like in this bar, and I was like, "Holy shit, this dude is amazing at this." And then my brain went, there's probably like a 17-year-old Ukrainian who's like, fucking scrub. I could do that at full speed. And you're like, Jesus.
Yeah, that's gamers. There's a new market for gamers,
right?
like running joysticks.
There's a running joke with the GWAT veterans in my gym that there's probably a like 18-year-old them with like cat-eared headphones that has more kills than like Navy SEAL teams.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. For sure. Okay, is that everything we have from NRA?
Yes. I think so. Because the NRA shows is essentially like the smaller, more professional version of.
It's also open to the public. It's not a trade show. It's kind of a trade show, but it's not a trade show.
Yeah. I'm going to throw this one out here just because John Correa said it, so I'm just quoting him. He made an interesting comment that there wasn't a lot of Trump stuff. So no Trump ARs, no Trump Glocks. He didn't see as much of that stuff. And I was like, that's interesting.
I wonder why that could have possibly happened.
Right? I don't know. But it was one of those interesting things for him to notice.
Yeah. All right. Oh, crap. Oh. It like audio will start playing that only I can hear.
Yeah.
It doesn't go into the recording or whatever,
but it still fucks with you.
But it fucks with me, and yeah. So, and why is all the audio on everything I roll by on? Jesus Christ! All right. So there was the school principal.
Yes.
Who took out the school shooter, and he's.
It's okay. So it's kind of a feel good story. So
it's very much.
So guy walks into school. I'm going to sound like not a good person here, but he didn't seem like I'm here to kill everybody because he walks in and kind of like yells at this chick he has a gun in his hand and he like yells at her and she like gets up and runs away. So I'm like, I don't know that his full intention was like, I'm going to mass casualty. It could have been either like, I'm here for someone specific or I'm here so the cops show up and blast me so that I don't have to do it myself. Regardless of that, he walks in, like yells at this chick, and then the principal, who is an older, hefty gentleman, comes out of the door like a bat out of hell and absolutely fucking just dogs this dude into some benches and pins him, and like he's got 2-on-1 on the gun and he is like laying on top of the dude, just making sure he doesn't get to it.
And a pretty big size mismatch too.
Yeah.
Like the principal is not as big as this dude.
Yeah. But I don't think that dude was prepared to get just fucking blindsided.
Yeah.
And then, okay, guy was being helpful, but another teacher comes out and he kind of just like meanders up to the situation and like takes the gun from the guy and then is like, all right, now what should I do? And I'm like, bro, you are not a small man. Sit on him.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Sit on his chest.
Right. Like grab an ankle and just start like doing some shit. I don't know. But so that was the first part of the feel good. The second part of the feel good is they had their prom this weekend, I believe. I saw videos of it that he was named the prom king. So,
the principal was? Yeah.
So they said he was shot in the leg. I don't know that I like saw a gunshot, and he wasn't limping. I think he hurt his knee and like had to go to the hospital, and so they just reported it as was shot in the leg. But I think he like smashed it on the bench or something. Because he walked in and they put the crown on him and all the kids were, screaming and clapping for him and high-fiving him and everything. And I was like, but I'm like, that'd be fucking emotional as hell. Like, hey, let's just welcome the guy that saved all your lives. Like, let's go.
No, it's pretty cool. That actually happened at, there's actually a guy I knew growing up. It happened at a high school just outside of Sioux Falls. He wasn't the principal. He was the assistant principal. The principal had been shot. This troubled kid walked in and fired once at the principal, wounded him. He survived. And my friend that I'd known since I was like, our dads worked together in the Air Guard back in the day, and his mom used to babysit us. So I've known him like my whole life. And he just dumps this kid and gets him disarmed and ended up on the news. There were a couple of memes going around. Nothing. It wasn't anything gigantically nationwide because there was no video of it like this. But it was basically the same as this. There just wasn't video of it. So,
Yeah.
I actually interviewed him. He agreed to do an interview on the air with me after this happened. And I remember asking him, so what made you do what you did? Like, did you think about it? He's like, no, I heard it, I saw it, and the next thing I knew, I was on top of him and holding the gun down. Like, it was just instinct. Like, he didn't even consciously do it. It just happened. He just did it.
Yeah.
And
Fight, flight, freeze is a level of it is just natural. And yeah, that would be insane. That adrenaline dump.
Oh God, I have no idea what that would be like. And the video, I'm looking at it on theguardian.com when I just rewatched the video here. And I mean, it was nice of them because the first time I saw this I saw it on CBS Morning News or whatever. They did not blur out the kid who was sitting on the bench, who just immediately, as soon as their shots fired, it's like, whoa, what's going on? And then he bolts and runs away. The fact that he didn't run sooner, I was kind of amazed, but sort of that, oh my God, what's happening thing.
Yeah.
But they blurred him out I thought that was nice of them to take that extra step. But anyway, well, so you're still feeling good? Your toes swollen, little sore here and there. Otherwise, doing okay.
Yeah, looks like I'll be reloading ammunition for a while because can't push off with this foot.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and then all the girls that were throwing themselves at you afterwards.
Oh yeah, all of them. So just everyone. Actually, the funniest part about everything. Is that all of my female friends and relatives were like, hey, I'm really glad you won. Don't ever do that again. I really don't like it. I'm like, that's fair.
They didn't like watching you get hit?
No. They're like, one of my aunts posted, she's like, I couldn't be there to watch it. I had to wait to know that you won and then I could watch you win.
And survived and didn't get seriously injured or killed or anything like that.
Yep. And I'm like, that's fair, I guess. I don't know. Like men are a little different. We're like, fuck yeah, but it does get the heart racing when you watch one of your friends fight.
I remember when my daughter started doing gymnastics, the only thing she did where I would be like was when she was on the balance beam. Because there was, it's like, I don't know, 4.5, 5 feet off the ground, whatever it is. Yeah, there's pads, but the thing is the beam's still kind of hard if they slip and then, don't slip off completely. And then you catch like leg or, like all kinds of bad stuff can happen. I had gotten used to it though, but at first it was just like, just wigging out. And then my mom came to one of her meets and every time she did a back handspring on the beam, my mom just kind of freaked out. Like she couldn't take the acrobatics of it, like the risk of it, okay, fighters are pretty tough, but I will say gymnasts have to be really tough because they're fucking all hurt all the time. Like something is always banged up on them because they're flying through the air and, sometimes they don't jump off the vault. They like crash into it or, they're doing a back handspring and they miss the beam and then instead of falling on the pad they like, oh, my elbow hit the beam and now my shoulder and blah.
Right.
And some gruesome injuries too. Jesus.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that's why I don't do fighting stuff or gymnastics because it hurts. On that note, thank you so much for listening, folks. We really, really do appreciate it. Oh, no, I'm saving that for the next episode. Never mind. Anyway, he is Jeff King. I'm Andy Erickson. This is Not Another Shooting Show.